Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And if I sound a little hoarse, it's because for a very long couple of days, but brilliant days. So I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday morning, drove out to Somerset. I went to visit Bridge Farm, Nigel Stewart, got some stuff off him. I went to visit Julian Templey's, Burrow Hill, and Julian was there. Had a nice chat with him. Haven't seen him for a while. That was really nice, standing in the farm talking to Julian Templey. Excellent, got some nice stuff from them. Then I went to Barleywood Orchards, met Mike and Izzy. Hadn't met Mike before, so that was great. Got some more stuff off them. And then I went to Hewish in Somerset, to Trethowan's Dairy, and I spent from lunchtime till yesterday evening with them making cheddar. And then we went out and had a nice barbecue. Went to bed at 1 in the morning. Got up at 6:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Went back to the dairy, and then they were doing the go with kefili make, and also larding and clothing cheese, cloth binding cheeses and stuff. Really cool. I got in my car. I drove home. I'm in the shed, and I've got two things to try from the trip. So the first thing is, I haven't done this before. I think a long time ago. Yep. So I went to see Julian. And this is this is one of the things I got. I also got some ice cider. And no, that's it. Actually, you got ice cider and this. I was going to get the Kingston Black, but they're out. But I hadn't had this for a long time, so I thought, let's get some. So Stoke Red, single variety, bottle conditioned, sparkling dry cider. I think it's champagne method. Let's read what it says on the back. There are two rare vintage apples, Kingston Black and Stoke Red, which have all the quality to produce a fine single variety cider on their own. This cider is fermented in the bottle and matured for 1 year. It is produced on the standards of the Guild of West Country Bottle Fermented Cider Makers by traditional method. Traditional method translates to champagne method. But you can't call it that if you're not in champagne making wine. Basically, yeah. The result is two different naturally sparkling ciders. The Stoke Red is bone dry and crisp, while the Kingston Black is fuller, more complex with a sharp fruit finish. So this is the dry Stoke Red. It's not super cold. It's been in the boot of my car. It may well explode everywhere because it's traditional method. No matter. I don't care. I want to try some. I've also got this. What's that, Chris? What's in the bag? What's in the bag, Chris? Good question. Very good question. These are cheddar curds. Taken out of the vat. So bits of curd that were left over from the cheddar make yesterday. I was meant to take it to the barbecue we had last night at the Trethowan's house. Forgot, just found it in the boot of my car. Sorry, Todd. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Morgan. Sorry, Jess. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I didn't steal it. I genuinely forgot it was there until I got home. So I thought, let's bring it into the shed and try it. So this is Pitchfork cheddar. This is what it looks like before it's been put into mould, pressed and aged. Okay, so these are the curds that are formed. They've been salted. It's quite a physical, long process. So before we got to this stage is basically you add starter culture, you add rennet, you let it set, you stir it, you scald it, you cut it, you drain off the whey, you put it in a vat, you mill it, you cheddar it to create like these very dense, thick layers of curd. Then you mill that, and you salt the curds, and then you pack them into mould. So this is what happens. This is what's left before you put it into the mould. Okay, it's been salted, but it's very young, very squeaky, almost like a halloumi-like texture. So it's really interesting to try. I think so. In Montreal, I believe they call this poutine. Montreal, one of my favourite cities in the world. I'd very happily live there. I love it. So yeah, poutine, and they melt it on like chips and stuff like that. It's very, very popular. So yeah, and it is delicious. I love it. My kids love it. My wife loves it. So yeah, so there we go. So we're going to have some of that, some of that. Let's just open this bottle, get the soaking that I'm going to receive of cider over with. I know it's going to happen. 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 Oh, come on, you little get. Oh, hasn't popped out. Get this cider bit over here. Oh, here we go. Ooh, not too bad, not too bad. So you got smoking gun. Look at that. Let's pour it out for you so we have a good look at it. You little beauty. I don't think he uses. I don't think he uses cider yeast. I think he just uses wild yeast. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There's a tirage, which is when you add the yeast and sugar, I think, and then the dosage, which you top it up after you've disgorged. When you freeze the neck, you disgorge it, and then you top it up, put the cork in, then it's done. That's called the dosage. I think the first is called the tirage. So the tirage. I think it's just wild yeast though. I think it's not champagne yeast. Could be wrong, but I'm not sure. But the Kingston Blacks retain some sweetness, and champagne will usually, the yeast will pretty much always go to dry. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's just try and see. So very, very fizzy. You can really hear that. Look at that. I mean, it looks like a sparkling wine, but it basically is. It is a sparkling wine to all intents and purposes. Where's my thingy-me-jig? Here it is. It's quite light in colour, though, isn't it? Yes, Chris, it is. For a bittersweet, Stoke Red is a bittersweet, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm very tired, guys. I'm sure it's a bittersweet. So yeah, look at that. So Burrow Hill, amazing place, brilliant cider maker. That was a cider farm. That was the first ever cider producer I went to in my life, and it made me go, wow! That had a light bulb moment. That's what set all of this in motion. Was building Julian Temple Burrow Hill. It really did. It was fantastic. So let's smell it. My senses aren't up to much, but I wanted to drink a bottle of this. So if I'm going to open it, I'm going to film it. Oh, lovely. Actually, lovely. Yeah, it's almost like that sweated, ripe, aged apple character on the nose, but I almost feel like there's a slight buttery, sautéed character as well, which I always like, almost like a slight pastry-ish sort of yeasty character, which you will get when it's sitting on the lees, basically. It's one of the characteristics you get from doing this method. It's one of the best things that it brings to the cider, in my opinion. Yeah, there's like a yeastiness, but it's very delicate, a lovely aged apple character. It smells wonderful. Cheers. Bold tannins, really is. And there is a definite brioche kind of character to it. I'm getting some hard tannins on the back, a little bit of leatheriness as well. This is a proper dry cider. It's a proper dry cider. There's some of that rich, it's almost like a vanilla-y character in the middle as well with the fruit. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot more complexity than a lot of sparkling wines you'll get in the traditional method. It really has. But it's got that tannin, rich fruit in the middle. What's the ABV? 8%. So it's pretty bold actually in terms of the amount of sugar. So that, but if they've dosed it, that'll bump it up a little bit. But not by too much, I wouldn't have thought. So much I had quite a lot of sugar in these apples when they picked them. At Burrow Hill, we have some 7,000 trees of cider apples and over 40 different varieties. In the autumn, we press the apples and ferment the juice in oak vats, as have been done for centuries. So they have seen oak as well, because you make a base cider, like a still cider, and then you do this to it, so it ferments the first time like a normal cider, and then it does this. So it's seen some oak as well. So that might explain to that slightly. So I'm not getting much oak, but the oak they use is very old, I think. I mean, they do have some more new stuff, but I suspect this will go on the old oak. So you're not going to get a lot of oak influence. Good stuff, nice, dry, sparkling cider. So let's have it with some cheddar curd, shall we? Let's see what it's like. I mean, Somerset cheddar and Somerset cider are classics. This is quite an unusual Somerset cider, and this is very unusual Somerset cheddar because it's not actually cheddar yet, really. It's still just a curd. But let's try it and see. It's squeaky, like halloumi. And you get the salt, but then you start to get that sweet, milky lactose element, which is really nice. It goes great with the salt. This is so Moorish. I mean, you put that in front of someone in a pub, they just gobble it up. It's great. Once you get past the squeaky texture, it's brilliant. Let's try it with this. I think it'd be better with something sweet because of the salt. Sugar and salt go great together. Delicious salt. It tastes like the room smells when they're making the cheddar. That's what it is. It takes you to the cheese making room. Sweet lactic character. It's great. Yeah, it needs. I think the Kingston Black with a hint of sweetness would work better. However, I'm enjoying that. And I'm enjoying that. How bad a time can I actually be having, folks? Not a very bad time at all. Well, there you go. If you want to see some cheese making, this morning we're making go with Caerphilly. made a film of that. That's on the Instagram channel, it's on the YouTube channel, it's on the Facebook channel for Cork and Crown. Check it out. Check it out. And write a comment, whatever you want, like you big fat git, Chris. That's fine. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in my shed. I hope you join me again. But until then, cheers.